Good morning and welcome back to White Mountain Today here on White Mountain TV 16. And joining us right here in the studio, we're going to talk about the annual Dole 3-miler. And John and Adam are here this morning. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Great. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood outside. So,
Sure
so this is the third time you've been in here visiting with us, talking about the Dole 3-miler.
Right.
So let's give everybody, we just had the little graphic there talking about it. So let's explain what the Dole 3-miler is first, and then, of course, we're going to get into some of the history right after that.
Right. Well, we started this race because our friend George Dole is a runner. He's 85 years old. He's still running. He was in the historic race when Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, and so we thought we'd honor him with a race of his own.
Yeah.
And we picked 3 miles because of the miles, you know, and 1 mile was too short, so we went with 3 because that's close to a 5K. So
right.
Makes it a little different, and we just tried to make a fun family race out of it, so people can run or walk or.
And it's of course right over in Freiburg.
Right, on the rail trail.
On the rail trail, which bike trail, running trail, which is right there, which is a great trail.
Yeah, people love it.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful asset to the area.
What is the total length of that trail? Is it?
That's a good question.
More than 3 miles.
A little over that. Yeah, just
so
a little bit over.
If you start at the visitor center and you go out to the airport in Freiburg along the trail, it ends up being about, I think it's about 6 miles total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but what a great trail for this. Yeah. And this is the 3rd time you're doing it.
Yeah.
And George couldn't be with us today, unfortunately, but if anybody has watched this in the past or been lucky enough to be able to see it, George, when he comes on, he just, you know,
he lights the place up.
He lights the place up. That's the best way to describe it.
He's very animated. We have his interview from the last 2 years on our website.
Oh, great.
So you can go there, dole3miler.com, and see the past interviews, plus some other interviews he had with Channel 6 News, and I think there was one more in there, so they're all very entertaining.
All right. Well, let's talk about how does somebody sign up for the Dole 3-miler?
You can go to our website and click the register button, which brings you to active.com, or you could email me at d3race@gmail.com, and I'll send you a application.
Right. But if someone were to Google Dole 3-miler, it shows up. And they're able to find
it shows up.
Okay.
Or you can on Active. You can also search if you have to do it that way.
All right. So that sounds great, and that's going to happen 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from Saturday. Yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
And race price?
It's $20 now. It's $25 on the day of the race.
Okay, so there's some incentive to sign up a little bit earlier.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah, and unfortunately the free T-shirt giveaway is already
okay. But you have some other great prizes, and Adam, you have created some of the prizes and awards for the Dole 3-miler.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about those.
Yeah, so I think something that, a little bit of the thing that sets us apart from some of the other races, every participant gets an official Dole 3-miler sturdily, as it's called. It's one that we've branded with our own logo, and it's got a lot of history with the camp that we're supporting.
Yep. Here, if we just, I'm going to hold this up for Kira. She's going to get this. So it's a piece of wood.
It's a piece of wood,
and which is really cool. You can see that there, and so this is a little bit different. It's going to clank a little bit different with your other medals that you have on you.
When you're wearing them all at once, right?
But that's a real cool thing that you have here. So everybody gets one of those, you said?
Everybody gets one of those. The fastest overall men and women also will receive a copy of the new Bannister documentary.
And now you showed that last year at the event the night before.
Right.
And now we're able to get copies of it to give out to our fastest racers.
Oh, that's great.
The fastest youth racer that we have will receive a custom Dole 3-miler skateboard branded with that same logo that's on the awards. And this was a hit last year with the young guy that won this prize. So we're looking forward to giving another skateboard away.
That's a nice skateboard.
Yeah, this boy Owen, he was fast. He won the skateboard, and he also came in 5th. So the 5th place runner, because George in the Bannister race, he came in 5th.
Yep.
So we like to honor that person that also comes in 5th. So the 5th place person gets this plaque that we've set up. Now last year, we had a different sponsor, a company called Tracksmith out of Massachusetts. They make athletic clothing right down there, and it's really high end, and they had honored him with his own outfit.
I remember that.
Which
You brought that in last year.
So this boy, he got the skateboard and a pair of shorts from Tracksmith.
Oh,
so
nice.
he made out pretty well. He's a vacationer from New Jersey, so I don't expect we'll see him again, but maybe he'll show up.
Well, maybe he's coming up just for the
Right.
3-miler.
Get another skateboard.
So it's so much fun. I mean, that you guys have created this race, which, as you say, it's a fun race.
Yeah.
And you want people to go out, a family race, because every member of the family can participate.
Right.
And but let's jump to, I know George isn't here, but let's talk about that 4-minute mile. And Hans is going to run a little bit of footage here, and let's talk about why that's so important.
Well, the 4-minute mile was this mythical, sort of like the Sturdley, this mythical beast, if you will, of a challenge that nobody seemed to be able to break the 4-minute barrier. People would get closer and closer, as George eloquently talks about. And Roger Bannister knew that he had other challengers coming up quickly for this that were likely to break it. So England really wanted to get this on their books along with Everest.
Right.
So and the coronation of the Queen. So it was an important event. And the reason George was in it is he was the top miler for Oxford University. He was there studying as a graduate student. And so he got in because it needed to be in an official race. So Bannister and his group, the AAA runners, had to race against another team, and Oxford was the one that was picked.
Yeah.
So I think because the coach knew both groups. And so George, he'll tell you all about how he was in the race. He was in the pole position, which is at the inside track. And he got off a good start, but he's not as fast a runner as they are. So they blew past him around the turn. And then he said at that point he just became a spectator, and he was just watching because they were just like these graceful, beautiful event that was happening, unfolding in front of him. And that he talks about how when Bannister passes the finish line, the announcer says, "The time of," and he's really slow, and he finally says, 3 minutes, and the crowd goes wild, so you can't even hear the whole time, you know. So
that's awesome.
So that was an important event, and so we just thought we would. It was the 60th anniversary when we started the first race, so it seemed.
And the thing is, too, and I remember talking with George about this last year, is that the time hasn't, it's been beaten, but not by much. It's still
pretty far along, actually. A Moroccan runner, whose name I'm going to just totally destroy. It's French, I believe. Crowe. And he beat it in 1999, 3 minutes, 43.13 seconds.
Yeah, but I guess I would just think that we would be at 3 minutes by now. But
sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
So,
you're into the next phase of can you beat 3:30?
Exactly. So that's why I think that's so interesting. But even for 60 years that it's been just to get it down 17 seconds. Is kind of amazing. That's what. So it's a lot of fun. So again, this race is coming up on August 6th. right over there in Freiburg. And you can go to Dole 3 Miler. You can Google that or go to the website and sign up for it. How many participants do you usually have?
Last year we almost broke 100. We had 99. So this year we're expecting we'll break 100.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've already got halfway there. So
that's great. So great event and just a fun event.
Fun, yep. And a good event. I was thinking on the ride here for first timers, because we really try to help you out and get you motivated, and it's just a friendly crowd too, so everyone's kind of gathered around George, and so also good for octogenarians. George is 85. My dad is in it. He's going to walk it. He's 89. There's a couple other gentlemen who are in their 80s. So
good for them.
It's great to see people, very motivational. My dad's he walked the 4 and the 4th, and tons of people, come up to him and say how much of a motivation.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming by today. So we look forward to hearing about it and seeing how everybody does. And again, it's the Dole 3 Miler happening in Freiburg on August 6th, Saturday.
8 a.m.
Saturday.
At 8 a.m. So you definitely want to get there early. And you do something the night before, don't you?
This
We
year,
have? Or
we
you-
are.
This year it's a little quieter.
We're not having anything before.
Yeah.
Okay. But you definitely have that on that Saturday. So
Yeah.
John, Adam, thanks so much for coming by today. And we'll see you soon. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.
As the gun fired, Chris Brescia went into the lead and